Hello friends, good morning and welcome to the new video of the Nukkadcode. And in this video we are going to keep our promise and going to deep dive into the last pillar of the object oriented concept, and this is polymorphism. Okay, so now let us start with polymorphism. Let me write it here, polymorphism. So what is polymorphism? Poly means many and morph means form. Okay, so many forms, morph and poly forms. So in a lame and simple term, we can say that polymorphism is the ability of having many forms. Okay, so if we talk about the ability of having many forms, then we will ask in Java whose ability. So generally in Java we deal with objects, so it is objects ability to take multiple form, many or multiple forms. So basically in a single line, let me write it here, the definition of the polymorphism, that is the ability of objects to take multiple forms. Okay, now let us understand this. What does this mean, that the ability of objects to take multiple forms? Okay, so to understand the polymorphism, I have an interesting trailer for you. So let's watch this video, this interesting trailer of the movie, that is Green Mask. Okay, so let's see, and you will, I am confident, I am 100% confident that you will going to have a very basic idea of the polymorphism while watching this video. So let's watch it.
My mask!
All that is about to change. Because Stanley Ipkiss is not the man he used to be. Smokin'!
It's like it brings your innermost desires to life. You become some sort of love-crazy wild man.
I want him here tomorrow, alive.
Jim Carrey is
That's the guy.
Hello!
the Mask.
Ooh, somebody stop me!
So friends, how was this video? I think you like the trailer. So let me explain it with the trailer. What is polymorphism? So in the video you saw that Jim Carrey, the main character, was just a normal guy. Okay, he was going to office, listening to old office owner and many things. That is just a simple normal life. But when he gets the mask, what happens? His life changes dramatically. He is now a superhuman. He can do many things, anything which he wants. So before the mask, before he gets the mask, what happens? He was just a normal guy and his life was very boring. but after he gets the marks, he behaves very much differently. He behaves differently. Okay, so this is polymorphism. Here, this Jim Carrey, the character, the main character, lead character, is behaving differently after getting marks. Okay, so this is a very much similar to our concept in Java, that is polymorphism. But I have already told that the ability of objects to take multiple forms. So in this video, what is our object? Our object is the character, that is Jim Carrey. So he can take multiple forms. Okay, the same concept lies here. So now let us understand that concept with the very beginning. Okay, so to understand this polymorphism, we have to go back to the understanding of where we had created the object, the first basic line, how we had created the object. So let us go to that line and understand the concept. Okay, now let us have an animal class here. Suppose we have a animal class here. Okay, and we have our this camel. So we are going to have a camel class, and this camel is an animal. Okay, so this camel is a animal. This means it is a subclass of animal. Okay, now let's create the object of camel and understand the polymorphism in terms of this hierarchy. So here, to create a new object, what we write generally, we write camel. Let the name of the object is camel also. So camel is equal to new camel. Okay, so what we have here, we have this camel reference. Okay, and the name of the reference is camel, and we have a new camel object created in the heap. So suppose here is our heap. So in this heap we have created our camel object, and this reference, which is of type camel, is pointing to this object in the heap. So here we are having similar type of reference and similar type of object, that is the reference type is also camel, and the object which we created is also of type camel. Now let us understand a scenario, okay, where what happens when we write here, that we write here as animal, the name is camel, is equal to new camel. What happens when we write this? Animal camel is equal to new camel. Okay, or let me give it another name. Here we have camel, so let me give it as animal here. So animal, the reference is animal, and we have created a new camel. So we are going to have a new camel object created in the heap. Okay, now we have this reference type as an animal. This animal reference is pointing to this camel. So is it right, or what does this line mean? Okay, so this object, this camel object, can be assigned to animal. The rule says, what the rule is, that we can assign any object that is subtype, any object of subtype, to its superclass. Okay, so here we can assign animal is equal to new camel, that is we can assign this camel object to animal object. Since this camel is a animal, so we can assign this reference, that is animal reference, with this object camel. Okay, so the rule is we can create any object and we can assign this object to its parent reference. Okay, so here we can have animal, and what will happen if we have, as we know that every class directly extends this object class. So we can assign this animal, that is this camel object, to object also. Here we can write that object O is equal to new camel. So a new camel object will be created, and we can assign this new camel object to this object O. So a camel object can be assigned to animal reference or object reference. Means if it is in a hierarchy, then we can simply assign the superclass the subclass object to its super type, that is superclass reference. So here we can say that a subclass object can be assigned to its superclass या super type reference, a superclass type reference. So this is the simple rule. I think you got it. It is very simple that any object can be assigned to its parents if they are in eager relationship, that is if this class extends this animal. Okay, and since this animal extends by default object class, which is the superclass of all the classes, so we can assign this camel to object reference also. Okay, so this way we can see that a camel can behave, that is a camel will behave like a camel can behave like an animal since it is an animal, and camel can behave like an object, okay, since animal is a subclass of this object class. So simply we can say that this camel is behaving differently in different situations. When we assign to animal, it behaves like animal. When we assign this reference to camel type, then it behaves like camel. And when we assign this camel to object, it behaves like object. So what we have written here, the polymorphism as the ability of object to take multiple forms, that is behave differently. So here we can write also that behave differently. The ability of objects to behave differently. So I think you got the concept, basic concept of polymorphism in this video. So this was very basic introduction video. Later we are going to move on in deep with the polymorphism. So friends, thank you for being with me, and this was all about the introduction video of the polymorphism. If you have any doubt, then you can go and comment in the comment section. Okay, thank you friends.